In the grand tradition of cinematic monsters, America has given us some absolute legends. King Kong, the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, and whatever that thing from The Mist was that made everyone give up on life. But in 2008, J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, and Drew Goddard decided to throw their own beast into the ring with Cloverfield, a found-footage monster movie that came out of nowhere, scared the hell out of us, and left us with more questions than answers. But how did this shaky behemoth come to be, and why, after all these years, does it still stand tall, unlike most of the buildings in the film? Grab your handheld camera, whisper cryptic things into the lens, and let's take a deep dive into the glorious madness that is Cloverfield. And perhaps answer the biggest question of all. Why the hell is it even called Cloverfield?
What are you doing with the video camera?
I'm documenting the night so that you can take it to Japan with you.
Oh, can I watch it every night?
Jason asked it. Yeah, you could.
Oh, good.
The origin story of Cloverfield begins in a place no one would expect, a Japanese toy store. Or maybe they would expect that given the giant monsters. In 2006, J.J. Abrams was promoting Mission Impossible 3 in Japan when he wandered into a shop filled with Godzilla figurines. Seeing an entire aisle dedicated to the king of kaiju made Abrams realize something shocking. America didn't really have a homegrown giant monster. Sure, we had the aforementioned Kong and a few deep-cut B-movie creatures, but nothing that really stood on its own in the modern era. Abrams thought, what if we made a monster that was uniquely ours? A terrifying, unpredictable, city-flattening behemoth for the YouTube generation. Thus, the idea for Cloverfield was born. But rather than making a traditional monster flick, where scientists explain everything, while the military shoots big guns at the creature, which, let's be honest, never actually works. Abrams wanted to tell the story from the perspective of normal people who have no clue what's going on. The key to make this idea work? Found footage.
Babe, it's not my camera. I don't know if it's the on button or the zoom button. All right, here. I think I got it. Is this on?
Oh, perfect. Now we can have a nice record of you getting run over.
The early 2000s saw a resurgence of the found footage genre, thanks to the Blair Witch Project scaring people into the woods, and Paranormal Activity making us afraid of our own furniture. Abrams, alongside director Matt Reeves and screenwriter Drew Goddard, realized that found footage could make a monster movie feel terrifyingly real. If a massive creature attacked New York City, we wouldn't be getting perfectly framed IMAX shots. We'd get shaky, frantic footage from some poor guy named HUD trying to film while running for his life. And that's exactly what we got. This approach gave Cloverfield its edge. Unlike other monster movies where we usually get scientists delivering exposition about the creature's origins, this film drops us into the chaos without any real answers. There's no moment where someone in a lab coat says, "Ah yes, it's a mutated deep-sea creature caused by government experiments gone wrong." Nope, we get nothing. And that's the beauty of it. Now let's get to the real question. What the hell does Cloverfield even mean? Is it the monster's name? A secret government project? The nickname for that park where you had a bad first date? Well, the truth is sadly far less dramatic. Cloverfield was simply the code name for the movie during production. Abrams borrowed it from Cloverfield Boulevard, a street near his Bad Robot offices in Santa Monica, California. The title stuck, partly because it sounded mysterious, but also because no one could think of anything better. Let's be honest, Big Scary Monsters Destroy NYC doesn't exactly have the same ring to it.
Rob, hey dude, actually, I think we need to get out of here like right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's like some serious shit going on outside.
Shooting Cloverfield was just as chaotic as it looked. The cast, mostly unknowns at the time, were given limited script details to maintain realism. TJ Miller, who played HUD, was responsible for most of the film's camera work, meaning he was both a lead actor and an unintentional cinematographer. The Statue of Liberty's head, inspired by Escape from New York, but intentionally made larger because Abrams thought that the original size just didn't look cool enough. The monster, designed to look like a newborn creature, confused and scared, rather than an all-powerful destroyer. And the parasites that dropped off of it, pure nightmare fuel, designed to keep things interesting when the big guy isn't around. But one of the craziest tidbits, the entire Brooklyn Bridge collapse sequence was shot in an abandoned airplane hangar in Downey, California, with green screens and practical effects blending seamlessly into the final film. That's movie magic, folks. Part of what made Cloverfield such an event was its genius marketing campaign, which operated on the principle of say nothing, show less, and make people lose their minds trying to figure it out. The first teaser trailer dropped in 2007 before Transformers, featuring found footage of a going-away party interrupted by an explosion, the decapitation of the Statue of Liberty, and terrified people running through the streets. No title, no explanation, and the internet fucking exploded. People combed through every frame of the trailer looking for clues. Speculation ran wild. Was it a new Godzilla movie? A secret Lost spin-off? The long-awaited Voltron reboot? No one knew, and that mystery made Cloverfield one of the most anticipated films of the entire year. The viral marketing campaign fueled the fire. Websites like Tagroado and Slusho, fake brands tied into the movie's lore, popped up, hinting at deep-sea drilling and mysterious experiments gone wrong. Fans obsessed over every clue, only for the movie to arrive and give them basically no answers. But somehow that made it even better. Beyond its brilliant marketing and mystery, Cloverfield resonated because it felt real. The found footage format tapped into our growing obsession with recording everything. Because by 2008, YouTube was exploding. Camera phones were everywhere, and if a giant monster actually attacked New York, you know we'd have thousands of shaky videos uploaded within minutes. The movie also captured the post-9/11 anxiety that loomed over disaster movies of the time. The imagery of crumbling skyscrapers and panicked crowds felt eerily familiar, making Cloverfield more than just a monster movie. It was an experience that reflected the fears of the modern world. Released on January 18, 2008, Cloverfield obliterated expectations, earning over $172 million worldwide on a mere $25 million budget. It became one of the most profitable found footage films ever, proving that audiences were still willing to embrace the shaky cam aesthetic, though some regretted it when leaving theaters feeling like they had been inside a washing machine. Of course, once the movie was released, fans immediately started to try to find a deeper meaning behind the name. Some theorized that it referred to a classic military operation. One of the movie's viral marketing websites even hinted at something called Operation Cloverfield, a potential government cover-up of the monster attack. Others suggested that it symbolized the contrast between the idyllic name and the absolute destruction seen in the movie. The film divided audiences. Some hailed it as a genius reinvention of the monster movie, while others complained about the erratic camera work. Regardless, it left a mark, spawning heated discussions, fan theories, and an entire generation of filmmakers trying, and mostly failing, to replicate its success.
Oh my god, bro. You know who Superman is?
Okay, I'm
Whoa, I'm like feeling so. Are you aware of Garfield?
Unlike most found footage films, Cloverfield flipped the genre on its head. This wasn't just a couple of scared kids running from ghosts. It was a massive, citywide disaster, unfolding from the perspective of ordinary people. It captured the terror of being powerless in the face of destruction, while also making audiences feel like they were experiencing it firsthand. It also did something rare. It gave found footage scope. Instead of small, claustrophobic settings, we had huge, citywide devastation, collapsing skyscrapers, and military bombings, all seen from a ground-level perspective. The movie felt massive yet intimate. Cloverfield, of course, spawned a unique franchise. Instead of direct sequels, it led to spiritual successors: 10 Cloverfield Lane, a claustrophobic thriller that barely connects to the original, and The Cloverfield Paradox, a sci-fi mess that tries to explain everything, but mostly just confuses people. There's still talk of a true Cloverfield sequel, but considering how long it's been, we may have to wait until a real monster attack forces Abrams to make one as a documentary. As for home media, the Blu-ray release was solid, but the 4K version is where this movie really shines. The improved clarity makes the chaos even more immersive, and the HDR makes those nighttime explosions pop. Just, maybe don't sit too close to the screen unless you enjoy simulated whiplash.
Got it?
Oh, shit.
Donna, can you hear us?
Hey! What are you doing? We gotta get out of here. Where is he?
One of Cloverfield's greatest strengths is its immersive, in-the-moment storytelling. The film doesn't waste time explaining the origins of its monster or the broader global impact of the attack. Instead, it places the audience in the middle of the chaos, mimicking the way real people would experience such an event. The first-person perspective makes the film feel immediate and terrifying, forcing viewers to endure the destruction as though they're living through it themselves. Cloverfield effectively humanizes what could have just been another giant monster rampage. Cloverfield managed to generate intense curiosity through its cryptic trailers and online tie-ins. This air of mystery sparked intense speculation and plenty of internet sleuthing, drawing audience into its world before they even saw the film, and deepened the engagement in a way that few films had attempted at the time.
The government's considering the hammer-down protocol, which means they're willing to let this whole area go.
You mean Midtown?
No, I mean Manhattan.
Yet, for all of Cloverfield's strengths, the same choices that made it unique also make it alienating to some audiences. The found footage style, while immersive, is also exhausting. The constant shaking and erratic movement can be nauseating, and for some, it becomes a distraction rather than an enhancement. The lack of traditional cinematic framing means that key moments, monster reveals, action sequences, and emotional beats are sometimes obscured, leading to frustration for viewers who want a clearer look at what's happening. Another issue is the film's characters. While their everyman quality makes them relatable, they aren't particularly deep or memorable. The film doesn't spend too much time developing them beyond basic archetypes: the lovesick protagonist, the best friend comic relief, the girl he loves, and so on. Because the film is so focused on its real-time survival aspect, it doesn't allow for much in terms of character development, meaning that their deaths, while tragic, don't always carry the emotional weight that they could have. This isn't to say that the performances are bad, far from it, but the film's pacing and structure don't give much room for deeper engagement with the characters as individuals. The decision not to explain the monster's origins or its purpose adds to the terror. Fear of the unknown is a powerful tool, but it also leaves many questions unanswered in a way that some find unsatisfying. While this works thematically, it also means that for those hoping for answers, the film can feel frustratingly incomplete. The ending is another point of contention. Rather than a climactic showdown or a clear resolution, the film simply ends with the implication that the protagonist did not survive. This abrupt cutoff maintains the realism. After all, if you were filming an attack and you died, there wouldn't be a neat conclusion, but it also feels very abrupt. Some viewers appreciate the bleakness and realism, while others feel they endured the chaos only to be left without a satisfying payoff.
I don't know why this is happening. Rob, we're gonna win.
In the end, Cloverfield remains a standout in both the monster movie and found footage genres. It took a massive risk, marketed itself as an urban legend, and delivered a cinematic experience unlike anything before or since. Whether you loved it or left the theater clutching your stomach, one thing's for sure: Cloverfield left a lasting impact. Now, if only we could get that proper sequel before the actual apocalypse happens. And if the world ever does get attacked by a giant monster, please, for the love of all things holy, hand the camera to someone with a steadier grip.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.